Yeah, if you look at some of the championships that he's won here, pretty much a year ago today, he won the FUT Champs Cup Spring trophy in Manchester. He then went on and won the Grand Final in London. He won the FUT Champs Cup 2 here in London in December. And here he is looking to claim, I should say, another LQE to his trophy cabinet that he's ever growing. One of the only FIFA players in history to win back-to-back-to-back championships, major championships, FIFA 17, FIFA 18, and FIFA 19. He's also got a grand final, a World Cup, you could say, to his name. But it's tough competition. If you look at, they mentioned it there on the analyst desk, the two brackets, you could say. The Xbox side of things, there's two real favourites on the Xbox, Dax and Msdossary for me. You've then got a couple of players on the cusp, Stokes, #Harry, also Jazz, can all potentially, this could be a big tournament for them to really push them towards the grand finals if they can get to a semi-final or a final. But this is almost, you'd say, Msdossary's to lose. He's odds-on favourite to win this, especially on the Xbox, and make the cross-console final. On the PlayStation, it's so open. There's multiple top players. If you look at, it's a 0-1 clash between New York City Chris and Nicholas. And we'll be giving you all the goals as they go in throughout the game. But Msdossary versus Bejott here in the round 2 fixture.
Of course, if you didn't know already, Msdossary from left to right in this game in those Team Road jerseys that obviously are in the game of FIFA 19 then. But his opponent, Bejott, a word about him. Obviously over on the Xbox Global Series rankings. I think 190th. At the moment, he does sit with the name of the Polish Undertaker. That's going to be an interesting one. Can he maybe take down a world champion?
Will be burying Msdossary? That's the question that we'll find out. But a confident start here from Bejott. You see a couple of skill moves coming out from him. He's clearly feeling confident after that 4-3 victory in the first round of things against Phenomenal. He's looking to ride that momentum into the second game. But Msdossary, he's no slouch. We'll be talking about the team that he is running with throughout today.
And again, you know, sorry to interrupt, it's just this tournament, well, I've always gone about the LQEs, about how it's all about the Global Series ranking points. Yes, there's still prize money up for grabs, but in the latter stages of the season now, where Global Series ranking points are the difference for maybe like a Bejott between making the playoffs. If he goes and has a good tournament here, if he gets himself out of Swiss-style format, he starts looking towards 275 Global Series ranking points and up and above that, which, if he keeps playing Weekend League, maybe makes another event, you know, he still has potentially got another qualification for the LQEs in May, he can look towards a playoff spot.
It's the difference between having the rest of your FIFA 19 career going for you and potentially your season being over.
Here we go. That's going to be the opening goal of the game as well. A very simple cross all the way over, and there's going to be no one else but Kylian Mbappe that's going to meet that one in the air. Not Cristiano Ronaldo on this occasion, but kind of been the man of the last few months. Mbappe, that Team of the Year for item. Very good in the air, very good at Lincoln in that 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I recently saw a little Twitter post going around on social media talking about, obviously with it being 10 years of FIFA Ultimate Team, what people's favourite item is in the game, what their, you could say, most overpowered player that they've ever used. A lot of FIFA 19 Team of the Year Mbappe going into that category.
That's massive to think that a player that's only really had his emergence, in the competitive FIFA scene is having such a big impact on that. But so Msdossary now to come forward with Sergio Ramos, who is in at right back for him, as you said.
So, gonna interrupt you there. This is where he's changing.
Is he in CDM?
Msdossary. He's playing right CDM.
Well, here's a chance now for Bejott. Could he maybe go forward to Kylian Mbappe again, out to Neymar? But we'll talk about Sergio Ramos in midfield. As you said, it looks like it seemed. I wonder why he looks a bit further up the field.
So he starts with a 5 at the back, does Msdossary. He then goes into 4-2-3-1. And believe it or not, 88, road to the final, Serge Aurier coming in at right back for him. Over on the left-hand side, he's got the FUT Future Stars, Mendy. And it's a CDM partnership of Sergio Ramos Team of the Year and the prime icon moment, Ruud Gullit.
That's an interesting CDM duo there for him. Sergio Aurier, as you mentioned, coming in at right back. Is this going to be a chance for Msdossary to equalise? Instead, just stings the hand to David Gea. More of a warning sign than anything.
Just feels like Sergio Ramos has just got a little bit more about him than Vieira in that CDM position, with the agility and just the overall game that Ramos can possess going forward over Patrick Vieira.
And Msdossary's turn now to come forward. Lovely ball inside. It's going to be Benjamin Mendy. Plays into R9.
Makes it look so routine.
Of a number of teams, R9 Ronaldo. Occasionally gets, pushed out, more of a sub for some players, but still a firm part of probably a player that got him a lot of success last year as well. And you don't forget about that on FIFA Ultimate Team. I know it's been FUT Birthday that's been coming around and you think about some of your favourite FUT items you've ever used, but he was a world champion last year, and I'm sure that R9 had a massive part to play in that, and it's great to see him involved again this year. Yeah,
and with that prime icon moment, R9 coming out with the 97, R9 such better stats as well over the 96. It just reaffirms him in the team, and you're going to auto-turn that.
Here he goes again. Could he get his second now? Oh, lovely ball roll. Oh, he missed that?
He's put it wide on his left foot. The actual fake shot directly out of his feet there was fantastic, and that should not be going wide. Simple as that from R9.
He did so well to find the space originally. Small ball roll to try and find that gap, and it wasn't timed, but even from there, when you got an open goal, you don't expect to time shots when you're using a player of R9's quality.
Keeper's come a long way.
It's a little bit risky as well. Just clears that out for a throw-in. If you didn't know already, standing behind Bejott is actually Dami from AS Roma Fnatic, representing Crystal Palace in the EPL finals happening next week, of course, here at the Gfinity Arena. That's going to be an exciting tournament. That's part of the Global Series as well. As he comes forward now, Bejott, a drag back or two. It's going to be Mbappe, the goal scorer.
I do love to see people from the same nation coming and supporting each other. You got both of the Bejott and Dami from Poland. We often see Jerry Lyon supporting other players when...
I think the Brazilians are the best example of it as well.
Dresende, Senna, Zazinho, all getting behind each other at events.
Oh, he's moving the ball so well around that box.
Dessary, another one. How many times we see Dessary going far in a tournament, or the Royal going far in a tournament? 6 or 7 different Saudi Arabian players, Saudi Arabian friends, all behind him, supporting him.
It's crazy to think as well, the knockout stages. They've played a few times, Msdossary in the Royal. Of course, the Royal's probably watching from Saudi Arabia now, supporting one of his best mates. They both used to be part of the same team. And obviously both playing in the East Saudi Premier League. Another one of those tournaments, part of the Global Series. Back to goal. It's going to go back for a foul. This is a chance for Msdossary now from roughly about 22 yards out. There's a dummy over it, played short to R9, recycled straight back in to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Forcing a save from David De Gea there in between the sticks for Bejott. Looks like Bejott is using Ramos over at right back. That's just a forced over the top through ball there. Looking for the run from Ronaldo, never really on. And ball retention does fall back in the way of the world champion.
As you said, Richard, a fantastic result against Fenomeno, a German player. And how does it impact you? For example, this is the first LAN event of the year for Bejott. First LAN event of the year. Kind of has to get Global Series ranking points compared to someone maybe like Tex or Msdossary, who's just scored again on the stroke of half-time. R9, he's already on for a hat-trick, and we're not even in the second leg of action. That prime icon moment, 97 overall. Part of probably quite a few players' teams now in these competitive tournaments as we head towards the playoffs, the latter stage in the Global Series.
That goal all came about Bejott trying to play a through ball over the top. The ball retention, as I said, passed back over to the side. It gave him the last chance of the half. He's capitalised on it, a little ball inside, first time shot from R9.
It wasn't even a fancy finish.
Made it look very, very routine. Both of his goals, Msdossary, have come from getting out wide and then pulling passes back into danger areas 10, 12 yards out, and he's 2-0 up at the break in this two-legged game. If you are just joining us, both of these players 1-0. Msdossary got a bye in his first round with Tex not competing this weekend. We've only got 15 players on the Xbox here at the Gfinity Arena.
We'll see some other big storylines as well from that round one of Swiss-style format. Nicholas losing 6 goals to 1. Dax losing 3 goals to 2. #Harry wins on a penalty shootout in his round one of Swiss-style format. Now we're in round 2 though, so make sure, of course, you can tune in throughout today. We are here live at the Gfinity Arena, where I actually believe you can come down as well if you're based around London. 5 rounds of Swiss-style, all in total. Still got so much action to take you through as well today. 1-0 down he was, Msdossary, but he's a world champion for a reason.
That's another reason we play 2 legs of FIFA. Just for a simple fact that I was talking to Shori a little bit earlier. You were saying 2 legs, it just means that 9 times out of 10 the better player the more composed player, will come out on top over the course of the 2 legs. In a one-legged game, things can go
all the
against
way
you.
over into R9, finding the smallest of gaps to get round his man and to bend that in the corner.
Bullet header.
Kind of feels like, Richard, this is going to be a tournament for R9 to kind of just cement himself back as one of those best players to use in FIFA 19.
Just a glancing header. They got so much power on it there, stooping low. And just glancing that into the bottom left corner. But as I was saying, 9 times out of 10, the better player comes out over the course of the 2 legs. That's why a lot of players prefer 2-legged games rather than a best of 3. With a best of 3, you could beat me 7-0. And then that second game, I could scrape a penalty shootout. It's 1-1 going into the final game.
Back all square here again in our leg 1 of round 2 of Swiss style format. Msdossary's coming forward now. Another day, maybe that does go for a free kick. If he does lunge in. That's a lovely ball. Mbappe could have the pace, but Benjamin Mendy involved. In at left back, the left and right back situation always seems to be a talking point, especially over the last few majors and LQEs, where the cross has been so prevalent, especially towards that back post, where 9 times out of 10 you find Cristiano Ronaldo, or recently Kylian Mbappe as well.
Now R9 as well can also get up and score a header at the back post.
Surely he's got to play that ball. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo there. Play it across if you can. Delays it maybe slightly too much. I think that was a chance wasted. Play it inside to Cristiano Ronaldo, then maybe play that one more ball across. But you can't think back to that now. You've got to think forward. If Bejott can go and win over these 2 legs, I know there's still a very long way left. There's that back post cross.
Hullet there doing a little defensive work. I'm not sure if we've seen Hullet played left back on a couple of different occasions, but it looks like he's moving now back into CDM.
Look at the run. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo making that run every single time. Pause cued by Bejott. Goes all the way out to Neymar now. Trying to build into this attack, the Polish player on the FIFA.gg calls himself the Polish Undertaker.
It's also showing that with the standings the way that they are, what, 188 spots between these 2 players. Rankings don't tell you that much. There might be that many spots between them. There might be that many points between them. However,
that was the story in Singapore, though, Richard.
When it comes down to it, if everyone who qualifies for an event, especially like this, where it's the best 16 players in the world on your side of the bracket, whether that be Xbox or PlayStation, everyone who qualifies is going to be unbelievable and is going to be able to compete.
And also, what I take from events like this, Richard, is who was finding their form around a different time of the year. Because as we know, the qualifying months are at different times in the year. So there's not many players, as we say about Tex, who is just so consistent. You know, all the qualifiers.
Msdossary as well.
Yeah. And the same names that are making these events, the Pinas, the Msdossaries, the Eustons, you know.
Nicholas.
Like, they're the ones that have been consistent throughout all the year, because there's still qualifiers left for these LQEs, these last few LQEs. It's going to be interesting to see how it all does play out in the end. There's going to be another corner now.
We've also seen as well throughout the course of the year that people's seasons can go through dips, they can go through lulls, but they can also be sparked back into life. Thomas League's perfect example. Qualified for an event, and then what happens? He wins the E-Nations. I should say the E-Lions, to represent England at the E-Nations alongside Tex.
Yeah.
And if he wins that event, he's in the grand final pretty much, there or thereabouts.
Even someone like Shells, who's here today coaching, like, he went and won, I think it was, there's been a number of small PS4 tournaments, country tournaments. He went and won that. That's 200 Global Series points. Surely he's not missing that chance. Fantastic bit of goalkeeper movement there, just to tease the shot from Msdossary.
Yeah, I mean, what a lot of people do, they're moving backwards. It just gives you a little bit more versatility with your goalkeeper. That's exactly what he did right there. Bejott, slightly rushed shot as well from Msdossary. Messi's going to switch on to that.
He's just going to dink it up as well and try and get the crossover, but was not fortunate enough there. Into the last 10 in-game minutes of our first leg here. Still all square between the Saudi Arabian champion, that world champion last year. Lovely fake shot, plays inside to try to play inside to Ruud Gullit. Intercepted by the other Ruud Gullit though.
Potential last.
He didn't get himself a winner. Eusebio into Pele now, surely with Christian. Oh, the touch was amazing.
Ooh, and then just smashed wide out for a throw-in. We're not going to read too much into this first leg, as we saw in that first game on the live stream. Dulster beating Pina 3-2 in the first leg, and then Pina just overturned it and came out, I think, a 5-4 victor in the end. So the first leg, it can set you up really nicely. Footwiz Marco won his first leg 6-0, I think it was, and then just cruised in the second leg.
And you have to remember that a player like Msdossary is always adapting.
Going to come back.
He's always adapting as well. If you're playing 5 at the back, he's always going to adapt to that. If you're playing, 3 at the back, or playing certain tactics, certain custom tactics with player instructions, he will always adapt. Like, we haven't seen it too much this game, but in games we've seen him pause it like 6-7 times, like constantly adapting. And you've heard players like Tex and stuff say that he's one of the very few that can do that.
Saw the offside trap as well coming out from Dessary.
A little bit of room. He plays it across to Ronaldo, and wasn't enough power in that.
It's like a rush shot there. Last chance of this game will fall to Msdossary. Will he be able to make it count? He's got to go forward with it quite quickly. Ball down the line for Neymar, but I think
going to fall to Mbappe instead. Neymar's in that box though. You can just see him round the edge. Goes for that cross. Ronaldo's going to be there, and Ronaldo's going to win it as well from Msdossary. There's still another leg to play, but that goal could be huge in the context of this second leg. 2 goals Dessary have scored have been in added time in both sides of this game. In the first half, it was the 46th minute. In the second half, he's won the match in the 92nd minute. A little dink to the back post. We talk about Ronaldo over and over and over again at the back post, leaping up, bullet header past the goalkeeper, and it's going to give Msdossary from Rogue Esports a slight lead going into the second leg. The only thing that Bejott could do was just laugh at the goal, as he will trail 3-2. I think you said it perfectly, Richard. He scored, 2 late goals, one at half-time, one at the end of the game, and never give up attitude from that Saudi Arabian world champion from last year, who, as you said, it doesn't matter where he's playing in the world, but it's just something about when he plays in England, he plays well. We'll have to wait to kind of see how he does get on when he gets out of Swiss-style format. But on the other side of that, Bejott right now, speaking with Dami.
Dami's in there.
A player that knows a lot, a player that was a grand finalist last year.
In a thriving Polish scene as well, with a lot of other fantastic players coming out of that region. We got the opportunity last year to look at the V4 Future Gaming Festival qualifying.
Milos, Riptorek,
El Polaco.
There's a lot of talent in Poland as well, and again, they've got their own licensed league over there. On the other side of that, Msdossary, I don't know how much we look into that game. We're going to have a look at the highlights from it, because 2 legs of FIFA, the second leg always tells a different story to the first leg. Here's the opening goal, though, of the game. It was Bejott that did get it to the front post, killing Mbappe, Richie, and that was 1-0 to him in 15 in-game minutes. Dessary
did bounce back, however. Mbappe down the line, played into R9, a little block out there for a goal kick. It was probing, was Msdossary. You see him get down this far-hand side here. 3 chances inside 6 minutes for him. Lovely heel-to-heel. Played into Mendy down that left full-back position. Cut back for R9, and that was the story of the game. R9 scoring big goals. That's a beautiful fake shot.
This was the one that nearly went in. Had the chance. Had a very great opportunity there. With a ball roll, tried to play in. This was the other chance he did have, though. We said that he had a never-give-up attitude, Msdossary, and that's exactly why. Added time there of 2 minutes. He scores a goal. And who else would it be? Of course, that man, that Brazilian. Prime icon moment. 97 overall, +1 on the base card, but a number of in-game stats improved. And that was an equaliser. Went the other way. Same player again. We're going to be talking about this R9 item all weekend long, I can assure you on that.
Into the back post, slightly overhit there from Bejott, and it sort of went to a little bit of a stalemate. No one were really creating really clear-cut chances. Chance there, fizz past the post from Msdossary.
You did have a number of chances. Yeah, that was a fantastic bit of goalkeeper movement there, because he kind of kept him guessing. However, there was a breakthrough for Bejott. That wasn't the chance that he was looking for. And it went right down the end here, and this is where we were thinking to ourselves, he got just about round the right side with Mbappe there. A ball roll, cuts it back inside, and if he just loft the ball into that box, and Cristiano Ronaldo is just getting a sniff of a potential header there, he is always going to leap up and challenge any left back, any full back, any defender in the air.
Yeah, he's just remarkable at the back post. I'm the man with a plan, with an iPad though. I've been given the responsibility to give you a few scores after the first leg of action. Nicholas versus Chris, 1st versus 6th tie on the Global Series rankings. It's Nicholas with a shallow lead, I should say, 3-2 at half-time, you could say, in that one. Jerry Lyon, 3-2 as well against Webb Nasri. Great game between Footwiz Marco and Mo Auber. 5-3 Marco leads at the break after the first leg, and that's a little bit of a rematch as well from Atlanta, where Mo knocked him out 93rd minute on that occasion. Over on the Xbox side of things, who do you want? Do you want a little bit of Dax action? He's 4-1 up after the first leg. Hashtag Harry versus Maxi. Also, hashtag Harry leading 4-1 after the first leg of action. And Rebel Stokes, the story of the 4-1s, he's winning 4-1 against SBQR Bruno.
Great to see as well, because Nicholas lost his first game 6-1 against Rowie Feldman, the Israeli FIFA player there. So it's a great opportunity for him to get back in front. And when you're playing against New York City, Chris, you mentioned it perfectly. First against 6 in those Global Series rankings. You're not going to get an easy game at these events. You're not going to get an easy game at all. But as we know, you come into it with, as you said, the potential matchups that you're looking at. He would want to be winning that game against Rowe. Of course, Rowe's a fantastic player, but of Nicholas's record.
Something we need to remember as well, in Swiss, the only round that's actually seeded is that first round. After that, every other round, it's just your record. If you could win 2 in a row, lose 2, and then you're in a 2-2 matchup where it's all to play for. That's the tensest game that you're going to get. Msdossary winning his first game through a bye, 3-0 victory on that occasion, and after this first leg, with a very narrow lead, 3-2.
And we must say as well, if you are new to competitive FIFA, the Swiss-style format is basically get yourself 3 wins to take you through to the knockout stages tomorrow. So you will see stories, you'll see players go 0-2, then bring it back, Richard, and go 3-2 in the end. However, we're approaching that kind of mark of players going through, players going out, but we're only in round 2 at the moment. This is our second leg. Msdossary in that rogue strip from right to left, and Bejott with the first attack of the game, who is actually trailing 3-2.
Yeah, it seems like we've said 3-2 and 4-1 quite a bit after the first leg. That seems to be a common scoreline as it stands at the minute.
And that just, again, speaks volumes of how good the competition is here in London. The Gfinity Arena has hosted so many good FIFA tournaments in the last 6 to 8 months. Big tournaments as well, with a number of fantastic scorelines, and it's the home of where players on PlayStation are winning tournaments. Here's Mbappe now, first chance of the game. Will it fall kindly? No, it won't. Yeah, we've got the 2 previous LQE winners, both competing here today, Nicholas and Stefano Pina. Stefano Pina, probably one of the greatest cross-console finals I've ever seen. A penalty shootout that we were
versus Megabit, yeah, unbelievable.
We lucky enough we're able to commentate on, but that's, I think, in a long time, a penalty shootout to determine a cross-console final.
Probably up there in cross-console finals alongside Mobasher and Dragon in FIFA 16.
Which was only yesterday, I believe. That was actually the day. How many other years ago it was? 2016. Yesterday in New York was
3-year anniversary
when Mohamed Al Basha won that. I'm sure if Sean Allen's listening, I do apologise for bringing that back, but you mentioned it perfectly. A great example of a cross-console final. It was the first year as well when we saw that. We saw that starting to happen. The Xbox up against the PlayStation, and it's safe to say the PlayStation players are trying to pour a few back there. Keeper's off his line. Oh no, he knows he just panicked there slightly. David De Gea was in no man's land.
I don't know what he's trying to do there.
I wasn't too sure. I think originally he thought the shot would be too far away.
So that's not a shot animation.
Of course.
That's a crossing animation, so I'm not sure if he's... I'll have to ask him about that. It's a golden chance, though. De Gea were miles off his line.
It's going to be interesting to see how the story goes of this second leg. 5 goals we saw in the first leg. What will the second leg bring us here? As Msdossary does come forward now into Eusebio. Just a word as well about those prime icon moments. As you know, we have seen a few already released. We may see some more in the future. We don't know that. But those extra Brazilians that have come out.
Yeah.
Obviously R9s are in use. Will we see anyone else, do you think?
Well, we've seen Hullet. We've seen Vieira.
Cruyff occasionally, Eusebio.
Maldini's there or thereabouts. That's a beautiful Berber spin. Just on the edge of the box there. But we are going to see another 10 prime icon moment SBCs coming out over the course of the next 10 days with Foot Birthday. I know we were just about to get on the train yesterday coming down to London, and we saw the promo released. A few interesting players. A left-back, Mohamed Salah. You can unlock a centre-back, Zlatan, through doing the weekly objectives. Anyone else that caught your eye? A little bit of Striker Bale, maybe?
I
know Footway's Dan's very comfortable with a little bit of striker bail after he packed him.
I think we were crying out for maybe another fullback that could potentially challenge, you know, the likes of Ronaldo's and Mbappe's, you know, in an attacking sense. Here we go, chance to go forward now, and there's an equaliser. 26 minutes on the clock. It's going to be Neymar that steps up and makes his first real introduction today.
It's a fantastic finish from Neymar as well. From Bejott, the ball just bounced back to him inside the box, and he's hammered it home. Now 3-3. Let's not forget he did score the first goal in the first leg. That result did go against him. 3-2, but he started very, very good here against Msdossary. Fullback that we might see, Thomas Munier, he came out as a striker, I believe, in FUT Birthday, but he probably could do a job, a very good job as well, at right back.
That was definitely an interesting debate to have, but I'm sure that Mohamed Salah at left back will not be a starter in any of the future competitive tournaments there. But it'll be interesting to see if we see maybe a super sub with some of these. As we see a number of promos, a number of special FUT items involved and used.
So like Leroy Sané could be so good.
And then we've still got team of the seasons at some point as well, which just, you know, adds even more names into the pile. And as a pro, it kind of makes your job even more difficult. You know, who do you choose?
Well, so you've got to think as well, like someone like Tex, is he going to really adjust the formula that much when you're being so successful? I think it's the players who are sort of on the cusp who might be just looking for that extra player. They might be looking at the full-back position saying, who can compete against Ronaldo at the back post?
That's what I love so much. You've got the likes of Tex, who still backs his Rio Ferdinand from the beginning of FIFA 19 to where we are now.
Msdossary as well.
Yep, Maldini's involved as well. Into that front post. In there's the flick on, but that one's just going to go straight into the hands of David Hayo. The first real shot on target from Msdossary, coming in just after the 30th minute here. We are all square though at 3-3, and if it does stay like this, we will go into extra time. Away goals do not mean a thing, just the aggregate scoreline. And then we'll get those players that will be going through 3 wins to take you through to the knockouts tomorrow. Bringing you all the action here from wherever you're watching, whatever platform you're on. There's still so much action, so do not go anywhere. Here's a chance now for Bejott. It's going to be Neymar, the goal scorer of the first goal. Back to Ruud Gullit. Watch around the edge of the box. That's a fantastic area to try and get a shot away from. We've seen so many finesses come in from there. Great feat from R9. Went for a heel-to-heel, but was it a needed heel-to-heel skill move? I
think he could have just hit that, in all honesty, with the R9 there. It did fantastically well to create the space, a little drag back, and then just burst, accelerated into the box. That heel-to-heel flick maybe just slowed him down a little bit and gave Msdossary time to get back. This is going to the back post. Ronaldo!
Watch out for him! Off the bar! Another day that one goes straight into the back of the net. Keeper couldn't even do anything. Shot comes in again, and it does take a deflection, this time out for a corner.
As soon as you see the player go inside and do that cross where he like stabs it to the back post, I was predicting it, Ronaldo to win the header.
And it comes again. This time Maldini doing enough there, added time of 2 minutes.
I think what it's a mixture of with the back post crosses, I'll tell you just as we're going to half-time.
We're going to get one more attack though before we do head there, Richard. It's going to be Mbappe with it.
Great save from De Gea, timed it green as well. Bejott's goalkeeper movement's been very, very impressive. So I think the big thing that's making the... Is the referee gunnable? There we go, half-time. The big thing that's making the back post cross so effective is the attacking players have got the better stats than the defensive players in that aspect, but also it's the cross. For example, when you're just lifting it to the back post, that's when it gives your attacking player the room to get up and really head the ball. So when you're doing an El Tornado, when you're doing a chip-up cross to that back post, it gives the attacking player room to run onto it. Very similar to real life. Whenever you see someone like John Terry or fantastic Sergio Ramos, defensive players winning headers in the box, they're attacking the ball. And that's what it is. You're giving Ronaldo room to run and leap onto it.
He's got one of the best leaps in the game.
From a standing position, it's not as effective. You saw there, Gullit got in front of him and headed it away.
So you know the in-game stance that Cristiano Ronaldo team of the year does possess though as well, Richard. The finishing he's got on him, the way that, as you know, he can leap up the jumping. It's just...
That might be one of the reasons Msdossary is actually using Aurier at right back, because he's got 99 jumping. In-game has Serge Aurier, the road to the final Champions League for
Here's a chance for Bejott.
10.
Not enough power in it, not enough conviction. to try and pass that via David De Gea. Another attack will fall down the other way, though. Went for kind of a lofted through ball, and I think Bejott's done really well this game. I think that was his third shot he's had all game, but he's matched up Msdossary all over the field.
Desary's not been fantastic in the attacking third, in all honesty. Hit the post from that cross, but we've not seen the sort of Desari flair that we're used to seeing. You saw that over-the-top through ball there. I wouldn't say desperate, but just looked a little bit direct from the Saudi Arabian.
There's a chance for him now. Does take a deflection.
That's composure.
Very brave there for Bejott to play back, and we've seen the goalkeeper movement. We've seen a number of times, as I said, he's matched him up all over the field. As the Polish FIFA player, representing ALSEN, and representing, of course, the whole nation that will be behind him as well.
I'll tell you what a statement. Not, even if he goes on and loses this game, to be in such a narrow margin, Desari blows people away when he usually plays them. You're usually used to seeing 5, 6 goal deficits against Msdossary. Whereas right now, this is a tight game going into the final third.
And Msdossary will always make it out into the knockouts as well. Bejott, if he wins this game, he'll be 2-0, Richard.
Yeah, 1 game away from making it through to the knockouts and guaranteeing himself a bump up in Global Series ranking points. Surprised that's not a free kick.
After this game, Richard will give you an update on all those scores from all around the other games taking place here at the Gfinity Arena, which you can't really see, but we've got the best view in the house. We can just see to our right all the players. We can even still see the 2 players in this matchup. All the reactions, all the goals going in. Here's a chance for Msdossary now. Once again, always someone there. There's always a block. There's always someone to try and disrupt the attacks of the Saudi Arabian.
His defending's been, oh, that's a mistake.
Until it goes wrong. Here we go. R9 to Mbappe. Has to make the most of this chance. Fantastic tackle again. This time Maldini.
It's also a dangerous tackle. It's a risky tackle. Sliding in there. Not many pros slide. Just in general. They'll not go to the ground.
Especially if it's in the box. This time Cristiano Ronaldo actually out wide, so didn't really want to look to go for that cross, and instead into the subs bench now.
Yeah, I'm looking to see who he could potentially be bringing on. R9 maybe coming off potentially. You've got Pele as a left cam there as well. He's put Mbappe up top and CR7 in his right cam, so it looks like he's definitely playing into that back post cross.
Saw Bale on the bench as well. Will he have an impact at all this weekend?
His front 4, he's got 4 5-star skillets with Pele, CR7, Mbappe and Neymar all going forward for him.
Here's Bejott now. Played short. Into Eusebio. Going to cross all the way over. Watch out for Ruud Gullit.
Good opportunity as well. Gullit got up and won the header in the end there. De Gea down to his left adequately. I'm not sure Desari would have been expecting this sort of game.
I don't think he was. And again, that's just because when you come into Swiss-style format, there's always a story of someone either underperforming, someone doing very, very well, a new player, maybe having a fantastic knockout stage.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Here's a chance now for Neymar off the bar. Again, though, I don't think I've seen the time shot from Msdossary in this game. That's been green.
He must be thinking right now, all the chances are going my way, and I can't capitalise on it. I can't get that goal to send me into a lead. So that's another mistake from his goalkeeper. That's twice he's done it. He's played the ball straight to Desari in the attacking third on 2 different occasions.
And he's had the most chances as well in this game, Msdossary. He's had double the chance that Bejott has had. Soon one of them's going to go in, and that's the chance there. And it comes back from the mistake. We've been saying he's been defending so well all game, Bejott, but you can't make these mistakes against a world champion.
That'll be heartbreaking for him. It's all come from him trying to play the ball out cute. I understand why pros do it, and I understand why people like to play from the goalkeeper and play out to a fullback, to a CDM. You've got CR7 in the attacking third. He never loses a header. Just pump the ball long every time. Just play it long and let Ronaldo try and win a flick on, head it down. In that way, at least if you do lose the ball, you're losing it 60 yards up the pitch. He dinked it straight to his right cam. Desari, 4 passes later, is winning 4-3.
Now the emphasis of this game changes completely.
I seem to get really emotional there and passionate, but
you've got a great point, because that is why, even at a very casual level, Richard, Cristiano Ronaldo is bought for a number of teams, because he's always an outlet. from a set piece, from a goal kick, in an attacking sense, can come back and defend as well for you. He's fantastic overall, whether it's a team of the year, whether it's his normal. Fight him. He's a vital part in any team if you can afford him. Into the last 10 in-game minutes now, and if Msdossary pulls through here, he's going to be thinking that, yes, I've won this game, but I'm not even in 6th gear yet. Maldini done so well there to just about win the ball back. Alexandro now. This is going to be one of the final attacks of the game, and if Msdossary can manage this game out well, he'll be going 2-0. As we say, the guy that loves playing in London. Won a FUT Champions Cup in Manchester, won one in London, won a World Championship in London as well. He just thrives off playing his FIFA. Right, going to see a change now. So we can only see the change.
So you see he's going to a 4-5-1, a very defensive formation. The exact same formation, in fact, that Pina switched into in the last game to see out the match in the final couple of minutes. It means your midfield three are super compact together. He's got Ramos, Hully and CR7, three unbelievable winners, headers of the ball there, and he's brought Bale up top. That outlet, that unbelievable pace in the final third. He can head the ball. He's got a laser beam with the left foot.
Will he get one more chance? That's the big question on everybody's minds. Or will the Saudi Arabian FIFA Pro that I'm sure he's loved by many, he's probably got all the Saudis watching online now. There's a massive fan group, fan base to the back post now, maybe to conclude this game. What's a block again?
Is it going to be last chance saloon potentially?
I think it will be. Out to Eusebio now.
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. That's a mistake. Hold up a minute. Falls back inside to Hullet. Oh,
I thought he got in.
I thought he was going to volley it originally.
Hullet's just travelled about 70 yards to make that.
Just see out the game, Msdossary, and you're going to be 2-0. One game of FIFA away from getting yourself to the knockouts. He's done it again. He's given away the ball now. This is Bejott now. This is Hullet. A massive opportunity. He's just about done enough there, though. Ruud Hullet. Needing to be a big player there. Needing to be a huge defensive CDM to break up the play. And it's going to be Msdossary that goes 2-0. And now he's so close, Richard, from sending himself through to the knockouts. Bejott, though, back to the drawing board at 1-1.
Yeah, a great performance from him, though, from Bejott.